Good morning. It is bright and early here in Houston, about 7 o'clock, and I've got a full day of shoots ahead and I've got to put on a face of makeup. So I thought I'm just going to do two things at once here, get myself done and feature a new cosmetics line, at least new for me, since I have been kind of dabbling in all things drugstore lately and exploring what's there, what's the latest and the greatest. And I discovered Drew Barrymore's cosmetic line called Flower. It is a cruelty-free line. I was really impressed with just the array of products, the colors, what I read especially about the mattifying foundations, concealers, and things that I know would really work for me in an on-camera setting. Also things that could work for you, I would say probably in more of an evening, date night, dinner, nighttime, where you really want more of a matte finish, more of a polished finish, as opposed to a day-to-day, just kind of throw on a tinted moisturizer kind of look. So I'm real excited to kind of walk you through this, try out some of these, well, all of these new things. They were just purchased a couple of days ago. And in fact, I got most of them from Ulta, which you purchase online. So it's kind of a crapshoot. It's like, okay, let's just wing it and see how this works. And then I forgot to get a mascara, so I had to hunt it down. And they do carry Flower in select CVS drugstores, but not every CVS. So I was on a wild goose chase the other day for this, and I found it. Third CVS. Third time's a charm. Anyway, I can now do a full face for you. Every product will be listed in the description portion below along with a link. So if you're interested in that product, I've made it easy for you to shop it. I will list my personal colors. It doesn't mean that they're your colors, but if you feel like you're close to my skin tone and you want to roll the dice like I did, then maybe that'll be helpful for you. Their Flower Skin Smooth Power Matte Primer. Let's give her a whirl. I have a clean face this morning, just lightly moisturized, and that's it. I'm going to be indoors all day today, so I don't need to apply an SPF. And I always have my Color Science powder SPF that I can put on after if I do need to go somewhere. So always a reminder, if you forget your SPF in the morning, you can always do a powder one as a touch-up over your makeup. So the foundation that I like is her Light Illusion even with glasses, my goodness. Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel. All day wear. SPF 18. There it is. And this color is... It's a secret. Classic tan. Oh my gosh, y'all. If it's starting off like this, I apologize. Okay. Wow, really good coverage. Really good. This is kind of reminding me of the NARS matte finish foundation. Quite impressive. You see me applying with a brush, but remember you can use a sponge. You can use your fingers. Whatever works for you. There's no steadfast rule. Okay, just slightly below my jawline, but not all the way down my neck. I've stopped pulling foundation down my neck because especially a mattifying foundation can really exacerbate any lines or wrinkles on the neck and make them more pronounced. So I'd rather just color correct with a bronzer if I need to do that. I hope you can see how nice this coverage is. It's a really good foundation. The one thing I did not find was an eyelid primer. So I am going to, do you hear my morning voice? I'm sounding sleepy. I apologize. I'm going to take the concealer that I found. This one, she's got a couple of concealers, but this one is Get Real Serum Concealer. This one is for buildable coverage, hydrating, brightening, smoothing. Really talked about helping with the lines underneath the eyes. So I figure it's gonna help there. It's gonna help with crease lines too, right? And I just need something. My eyelids are just always red and discolored. So I really need something to even out the playing field up there and help my eyeshadow just sit better and look more true to color. I've mentioned before, they say not to use concealer here because it's not necessarily formulated, but I think if you find a concealer that dries and sort of goes along with the matte finish, then, I've certainly gotten away with it and it's worked for me. And it's actually, a mattifying concealer can also prevent eye makeup from sliding down into the eye and under. And I will set it with powder too, and that helps. She has a loose powder that's translucent, Miracle Matte Translucent Finishing Powder. I'm going to use the spillage here on the outside because when I opened it, I shook it all up. Okay, that's going to help what I'm trying to do up here. Now for eyebrows, it is a pencil flower. This is medium brown, the skinny. So it's a pencil for creating those fine, microbrow-like hairs. It even has a little buffer brush at the end if you want to smooth it out, but itty bitty. This is a good medium brown. If that's generally your go-to color, I think you'd be really happy with this one. I'd say just enough warmth to it. It's not an ashy brown or a taupey brown, but sort of strikes the balance, and my root smudge is a little bit on the warmer side. My natural hair color is very ashy. So for me, this is a good match for my root color. I covered half of my brows with foundations and now I've got to bring them back. But even so, brows always need a little bit of a hit, no matter how good they are. When you just do a full face of makeup, brows get lost if you don't do some accentuating, and especially at our age, they're pretty much non-existent, unless you're one of the lucky ones who didn't over-tweeze and are genetically gifted. I was genetically gifted and I ruined it. I know I'm preaching to the choir, right? Thank you, 90s. So for the eyeshadow look, I wanted to do a complete departure from what I normally do. I generally zone in on the warm tones, the nudes, the peaches, the browns, and I just, I want to be able to show more cool tones and some variety here, and especially since we're heading into fall, things can lean a little bit more cool tone with the plums and the berries, and so the eye palette and the cheek need to match as well. So I went with this eyeshadow. It's called Petal Play Shadow Quad. There's kind of a neutral, a plum, a gray, and a little bit of a frost there. A lot of her eyeshadows were very shimmery. I felt this was the most toned down. They do have a little bit, but not too much, not offensive in any way. I'm going to go in with this kind of purple color on my right and do my eyelid. And I'm going to go for a smoky eye this morning. It has been a while, hasn't it, since you've seen me do a smoky eye. I'm just feeling it. These colors are just great for that kind of a look. And I'm going to do just a little bit of this gray on the outside. Cool. On the bottom, back with the purple color, smoke out that lash line. Come in with the eyeliner now, Flower Longwear in Onyx. So that is the blackest black. I'm going to do my upper rim, and then just a light little flick out. Okay, let the eyes calm down a bit, and then let's blend the shadow a little bit more. Just kind of soften that border. As you can see, because I did the concealer underneath my, well actually for my whole eye, I really don't need to use a brow highlight in any way. I already have that natural kind of lightening. So I'm just getting rid of, any harsh lines here. There we go, just smooth and soft with the shadow. That's it. The mascara that I was on the hunt for, Flower Dream Warrior Volumizing Mascara. 94% saw lifted lashes. Who doesn't like a lift? In every place. Okay. Let's start with the eyes. Oh yeah, it's lifting all right. By the way, I cannot wait to share with you this lash growth serum that I have been using for the past 3 months now. Ever since I yanked out all my eyelash extensions and started from scratch and saw kind of patchy holes and very short lashes, I figured I'm going to hit the gas on this process. Found a product, and holy smokes, has it worked. I'm going to come in for my close-up here, but do you see these lashes? Yeah, these are mine. Stay tuned. That might be a social media post. If you're not following me on social media, please do. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, not Twitter. So far, I'm digging it. I hope you guys are too. I will pop back in after I've done all my shooting just to show you how the makeup is wearing, because that's really important, right? A lot of things can look great right when applied, but fall down your face a few hours later. So I will do the follow-up. Okay, that looks good. No eyeliner, no mascara on the bottom lash. Just smoking with the shadow is plenty good enough. So the eye look is done. So here is my conundrum. I ordered online a concealer that was a little on the dark side. So then I don't want to be on the dark side. So when I went to my CVS and I found a concealer, it went too far on the light side. So I'm going to have to marry these two. The skinny one is called Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. And this one I said was Flower Get Real Serum Concealer. So, you know, consistency wise, I'm going to hope that we're kind of in the same family. We're close enough, because when I did dabble with this and try, I noticed that my concealer, nothing wrong with it, is very, very close to my foundation color. So it didn't give me any kind of highlight effect. Whereas this one just blew out my under eye area. This color I think was vanilla, and this one, oh boy. I think they should, when they name things, I think it should just be all over it. Big for us, because this is painful. I can't even find it. It's so tiny. Anyway, I will locate and list as promised. All right, so I'm gonna do this, and I figure this way I'm striking a balance. Right. Yeah, see these two together create the perfect color for me. It's like a shade maybe too lighter than my foundation, but no more. Bye-bye, circles. Wow, I really like that too. Coverage so far is really, really great. I hope it's translating on camera as well as it is in person. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so that translucent powder that I was talking about, I'm just going to use that right now and sort of cut any shine. And do it with a brush as opposed to a puff. Sometimes I feel like a puff, boom, you get like a circle of powder on your face and your skin and oil just absorbs it. So I find just a light dusting to be a little bit better for that. And I even have just for the under eye, just to set a tiny, tiny bit. You don't want to overdo it. I kind of do on the inner crease right here. It's where I tend to get shiny, but not so much with heavy powder out on the outside. So I wanted to try this. She's got powders that it's called Light Illusion Perfecting Powder, and it's got some color to it. And I figured this would be my color corrector if I went either too light on the face or it wasn't sort of blending into my neck. So I'm gonna just play around with this color. Dang it. Okay, this is M4 to M5 Tawny. Kicked in just a little bit of warmth for me because I can see that my neck is, my chest is warmer than my face, and I'm going to need this to kind of pull it in, and that helped a lot. Okay, so that's giving me more balance now between face and chest. She has a bronzer called Heat Wave. Pretty. This one is Luminous Bronzer, Sunswept M1. I've got kind of this big brush, so I'm not necessarily going for like super sculpted contouring. I'm just kind of warming, using this as a contour, but looser, obviously, with a brush this size. That's a pretty bronzer. That's nice. Neato Bandito. The blush color is a very soft, kind of a dusty rose. Flower Pots Powder Blush. Spiced Petal is the name of our color. Let's go in. Just kind of hit the top of the cheeks, adding a little bit of that rose color to complement the cooler tones. Kind of pull it back a little bit. Again, you just want everything to have a soft look. I don't want anything to be too harsh. I don't want any lines. That's what's so nice about a smoky, is that it's just sort of, it's like a blurred illusion in a way, right? Okay, lip liner, kind of a neutral color. This is Taupe. How perfect. It looks like so. No matter what color I'm wearing, I always try to pick, as you know, a very neutral lip liner. Just as more of a, like I say, it's like a border. I smudge, again, no hard lines. It gives some definition. The shadowing creates that sort of look of a fuller lip and a pout, especially if you ride it just underneath the part of the lower lip where it bends. But you got to be careful. You don't want to overdraw. because then it's clownish. And then the lip color, so again, I'm going for a real cool tone. Lipstick looks like so, and oh my gosh, it's got like this reflection. Is it blushed rose? It looks like blush rose. Again, in the description portion of this video. Okay. Yes. Very silky. It's hydrating. I know a lot of you will like that. Not everybody can do a super mattifying lipstick. So this is nice and creamy. I love it. I absolutely, I love the color selection here. I think it's all just super nice. Okay, now I need to set it and forget it. And I got a couple of setting sprays. Okay, this is a hydrating spray, so I don't want that. This Jet Set Invisible Powder Spray. Yes. Okay, I think I did it right. Should have read the instructions. It's a setting powder to help control shine. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's my goal here. We've set it. Oh, I forgot. The brows. There's a brow gel that I want to hold everything in place. This is Fiber Fix Brow Gel in Brunette. Ooh, I'm so glad I kind of did a once over here. I'm a big fan of using brow gels for whatever hairs you have. It gets them upward and staying in place. So it's just a nice finished look. As promised, my check-in at the end of the day. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This makeup was put on at about 7:30 in the morning. Can I just tell you how well it lasted? When I say matte, look, I mean, I've worn a lot of matte makeup over the years, and after a full day, there's some shine that breaks through. I mean, maybe just a teensy amount right here. I touched up once with the Flower Miracle Matte. It's a pressed powder and it's translucent, so no color. And it absolutely took it away in 2 seconds. I have touched up with my lipstick maybe a couple of times, but I've eaten and it's still left a little bit of a stain behind. I am so impressed with this makeup line. Quality, price point, color options. I think it's beautiful. Drew Berrymore, you knocked it out of the park with Flower Power. Well done. So that's my review of this line that you can buy either at Ulta or I found at both Ulta and CVS. Happy to do a review, happy to try something new, especially that fits within a certain budget and a price point, because I know we're very, very conscious and budget-minded these days. We have to be. And going into the holidays, nobody wants to overspend either, and then have to deal with all of the bills that come in January and whatnot. So I really like to find quality for a great deal, and I think we did in today's video. Any comments or suggestions, ideas, please, for future videos in the comments section below. Social media is where I hang out all week long. I'm there, and I hope you are too. I love the conversations that we have on those platforms. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's just a wonderful way to grow my community. If you share me with friends, loved ones, daughters, that would be amazing. And subscribing just means that my video is sent to you every week, a notification via email. Hey, Dominique's put out a video. And it will also curate on your YouTube page other content that is similar to this. So it really helps to build a video library for you to be able to see videos that you're interested in. So that's the benefit of subscribing, and that's what I wanted to share. As I like to say, go out, be bold and be blessed, and I'll see you next week. Enjoy your new makeup.